I'm born. I'm a victim of a hate crime. Apparently, he wanted to be cura, sacerdote. Y porque todo el mundo tocó en la familia de origen, he wants to kill us all that were near his body. Because doing toddler exploration, I didn't know that was later after he entered my bedroom as an adult age person and raped me in my bedroom. So disgusting. So he's the leash, so he's just disgusting. So people say, lo más seguro mintió de que quería ser cura porque un cura no se portaría tan asqueroso. You stupid. You can decapitate me. How many daughters and sons? Now rape me to steal my money and get in the way of me receiving money. I don't have electricity in my apartment. I don't have money for food. All I have is food stamps. What else? What else? What else? What else? He's been killing millions of people, trying to force me to take him out on a date or buy him a gift so he doesn't feel used. For my parents letting me near his body when I was a child. He's stupid, stupid. Da un asco, una basura, una asquerosidad. Ew, 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 ew. He had already threatened me with this decades ago. Esa la mamá a mi hermana, que es una asquerosa puerca, and then they plan, they're like, well, if we kill people, then Arlene will leave the internet and stop asking for help for herself, right? Right. I'm not the guilty one here. When one knows that one is a victim and one hasn't done anything wrong, one will keep showing up. They collect money from people because they extort people. So they're behind the scenes. They're like, Arlene didn't have a set of grandparents while growing up. Oh, poor Arlene, poor Arlene. When they want to rape me and they're so disgusting. They're stupid. What else? What else? What else? When was this written? That's so important. What else? 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 I want to hold for myself dating K money instead. You can give me money in person through PayPal, through my GoFundMe campaign. I miss dating. I miss K money. I'm gonna make this for three. PayPal is AR Blue Sky Designs Go. En lo que estoy pensando, straight to my heart, Arlene Lorenzo Art, shop INTAYIAFAY. I am sorry, shop. My GoFundMe campaign is gofundme.com/f/Arlene Lorenzo. I'm in a pickle, guys. I'm in a pickle. I don't have $30 in my bank account. So, not entirely. Mira sombra existed, pero he and she who I care the most have already been warned that I may no longer have a phone to call them from in the next few days. and then I'll communicate through Instagram with them. I already did earlier. I can visit a library. Harvard Library in this library, but some libraries open every day. Did a practice message because earlier there was no send message button on Kigoni's profile. Oh, now it shows up. What else? 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 I'm so bored. There's brownie cookie, 10 cookies. I'm dessert for today. This looks so good. I want to be sure. I want to make these. What else? 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 I'm bored. But that's sometimes from the it's my it's from that perspective. Snickerdoodles I love. These are good. It's usually how I eat white chocolate. It's so weird with raspberries. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? These are so good. What do I do sometimes? I add sprinkles too. Is it similar to the recipe? I can't tell. Oh, it's gone. What else? What else? That's cornflakes. What else? Matcha. I wonder if Keelan would like this for her birthday. What else? What else? What else? What else? Good. Jaden likes chocolate only on his chocolate cake only on his birthday for the most part. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? This is how some of my cakes look like some days. What else? What? Crostini with a sweet, so relatable. These cherries are so good. What else? What else? What else? What else? Mousse for two. Try that too. Can't remember whose recipe I used. Is there one? 130. What other book against all grain? I tried that too. So much fun. What else? 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 So relatable. So relatable. Very relatable too. What is this? What is that? Sprinkles? No, I want soft serve ice cream with sprinkles. What else? What else? What else? What else? What are these? Sugar donuts? I love that color. Hot cakes. What? Pumpkin cake donuts? I've had them too. This Krispy Kreme salmon. What else? What else? What else? What else? This is me being desperate, waiting for people to give me money for me to provide for myself to get money. They're so stupid. My kidnappers, bitch. They want to try to turn me into an illegal prostitute like themselves. They're disgusting. They steal my money. They're very dangerous. They killed millions of people trying to rape me, trying to take me hostage. They stay in my homes without my permission. They steal my vehicles. They get in the way of me receiving money. They're stupid. Chocolate fudge, I've had it. Breakfast bread with molasses. What else? 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 It's that time of the day. Raving people, Andrew, Ray, or Albert, whatever your names are. They stole my money 2 days ago. They're stupid. They're stupid. Oh, I'll never share my crown with them. What else? What else? What else? What else? Because that's what they're possibly trying to do. Like now that I'm famous and I've ended several wars. What else? What else? What else? They want to try to hang out with me. Stupid. They watch way too much MTV and they have little education. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Raping today. All people say, have you heard them? I don't know if about me, but they're like, okay, so she had the babies with the baby daddy. What comes next? And they're like, Ida, there's sostén. La tipa ni lo quiere ver y él está aquí. Es quítate el sostén time. Wow, just wow. Marlene, lo que te espera. Él no entiende social cues y que la tipa ni lo soporta. Y él está planeando en que va a tener sexo con ella cuando ella deje de tener bebé con el baby daddy. Ellos viven la película with my siblings, so gross. And then for the formality, they show up like on the day they get a switcheroo. They shown up to be around me like around the 2 year mark after I had my children. I'm just like, ¿qué le pasa a este asco? Ew. So I stayed with my baby daddy. Like I'm still raising my children. I didn't agree to do a switcheroo after my children would turn two. There's no rule that says that after the kid says to one, mommy, 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 a few times and now recognizes one. The one says, me fui con el boyfriend, olvídate, ya sabe que soy su mamá. Yeah, they're so disrespectful towards me, Jamie and Kimani. They're stupid. My siblings lo violan, se dan violar por él, y entonces se inventan una novela together that they think that I'm gonna participate in just for them showing up. They're like, I get time. They're stupid. They're stupid. It could have been a coincidence that we're there, but it could also be that. What else? 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 I'm bored. I'm bored. When I'm financially stable, I plan to travel the planet and meet people ideally from your perspective. Raping today because I don't have money today, and he steals my money so I can't date. So he's been raping for more than 30 years, or at least more than 20 years. I don't remember if I was 10, 12, 13, 14, what age I was when he stole my money. Very unlikely 14. What else? 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 I'm bored. What can I eat? Me cheese. Maybe I'll pasta salad that I said earlier. If they have it. And I'll get bread. I have peanut butter in my apartment. And I have chips. My apartment's semi-ocean. And I hand washed today more t-shirts and a pair of pants. I need to hand wash my sheets from my bed. It's not like that bloodless. I've been fucking myself for a while. They're panty sniffers. Well, they're mattress sniffers. That's why they steal my money, hoping that I would move to a homeless shelter. And I'm here waiting. I'm like, someone give me money so I can pay my electricity bill, start cooking for myself, get a life for myself. Training Kilani. I doubted that I'll stay in that apartment forever. Like, I need a home for myself dating Kehlani, or to get back to Puerto Rico with money to sustain myself dating Kehlani. What else? 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 I'm so bored. I'm so bored. So they're hoping that now that my electricity has been shut off, possibly based on what I witnessed when I was growing up, that I'll move to a homeless shelter, leave behind all the artwork that I painted for them to steal or use as toilet paper. They're stupid. I've been painting in my apartment, and I've listed pieces on eBay. However, I don't have money to market, so they haven't sold just yet. What else? 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 I painted while Jada was there, and I played Uno with Jaden in my apartment. So much fun. I miss Jada. I miss Connie. What? I'm bored. I'm bored. I miss reading in my apartment. I read a book from Harvard Library a while ago. I miss cooking for myself in my apartment. You can decapitate everyone for her that stays in my home without my permission, steals my vehicles, gets in the way of mercy, steals my money. Tracy was a little kid when she did that decades ago. It's disgusting. How parents allow that? Yeah. Ew, 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 ew. Look at this. Take a picture. A stack of paintings. I have them now in my closet. Anyway, so that's after. And my couch, possibly. They've caused my eviction already. She's a panty sniffer, mattress sniffer, beware, legendary recently got in society on asquerosidad. She's a panty mattress sniffer, so girls, you can decapitate even Lorenzo Acevedo, you can decapitate the Lorenzo, legendary recently Suarez. You can decapitate Gilbert Lorenzo Acevedo as a panty sniffer, a peeping Tom, a mattress sniffer. They're disgusting. I don't masturbate ever thinking about them. And thereafter, my mattress and my bed to recreate having sex there with me when they aren't. People explain to them what a historian is, so they go on. They're like, I'm gonna recreate stuff that didn't happen and put it out there for like someone one day will believe it. For if someone's doing that about them. So they steal one's money to the point of starvation, thinking that one does the stupid things that they do. They're stupid. My mother had me in Wanderlust when I was a kid. So some of those hoes, lichas asquerosida, they want to try to force me to be married to them when I don't want them. They're of adult age. And they don't take no for an answer. They're disgusting. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? And then I'm gonna cook for myself during morning. What else? I need pads for my period ASAP. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? I'm just cooking for myself. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? I thought I had a picture of Juga that I cooked for myself. Oh, that's it. I had the blackberries. What else? 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 I'm bored. You can decapitate me how many installations that rate me to steal my money and get in the way of your steal money. They're stupid if they think that I'm never gonna take them on a date. What they're with who they wanna be with and it's not leech or leech. I won't ever interrupt that with asking him out on a date. What else? I want coffee. I'm gonna shop my home today. I'm bored. You can decapitate everyone that stays in my homes without my permission. Everyone that steals my money, you can decapitate. You can decapitate me on the citizens. The sons that rape me and steal my money and get in the way of mercy. Money. Oh, this is a better shop. What I want to share. So I'm gonna share food that I've cooked for myself. Along with that, I plan to travel the planet and meet people. Mostly everyone in my family origins is sex addict or rapist, murderer, thief, so they think I'm like whatever, girl. Yo también quiero viajar. They don't register anything. They're disgusting. They're disgusting. What is it? What was that? Far long from what I took pictures. When did I buy that? I'm bored. Using the cafeteria means that the sons are making me steal my money and get away with it. It's April 29, 2025. You can decapitate the middle as well. That raped me in 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020. You can decapitate Marilyn Lorenzo Acevedo steals my money, stays in my homes without my permission, steals my vehicles with the excuse and gets in the way of my receiving money with the excuse that I could get raped while she's after looking for my vagina picture of hers to satisfy herself. So gross. She's disgusting. You can decapitate Diego Lorenzo Acevedo. It's possibly after my vagina picture already got it from Jorge Viles, my mom, they usually work together in the past. They're disgusting. You can decapitate Michael Moorman. You can that raped me in 2016. You can decapitate Cody Rodriguez that raped me in 2016. You can decapitate David Ledesma that raped me in 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020. You can decapitate Juan Denise that raped me in 2017. You can decapitate Minnesota citizens that raped me that steal my money and get in the way of me receiving me. They're disgusting. They're so gross. They rape people that understand. People say, like, literally, they violently rape possibly. Like, metiéndole pescos a la gente porque they enter my bedroom without permission to be there in that sexual assault. I don't want to tell them they're disgusting and they don't back off. Ew, 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 ew. And then at the end of the pandemic, people, that's so mean in every city that I've been. What else? 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 Oh, there's that picture from the San Antonio airport that I also saved. Is the Wi-Fi working here? Homeless was fully charged ish. License with and police driver for a free ride on a bus so I can get to my apartment. Apenas a Eco East. What else? 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 You can decapitate them and start son. That right me to steal my money and get it away from your saving. You can decapitate Mark Zuckerberg if he stays in my home with all my permission, steals my vehicles, gets in the way of me receiving money, and steals my money. If someone needs to take over Facebook with the right compensation, I'll do it. I may not even be close to what they want, and they may have like a whole line of people. I was back up. That's respectable. Sometimes these companies get founded with many people in mind. What else? 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 I'm bored. I'm bored. Saving pictures again because I deleted some from my phone, making room for me to take more pictures of myself, but to take more pictures. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? You can decapitate Venus Amigos. You can decapitate Sarah Francis. What else? I'm bored. Does he tell people so that she wants Sarah to marry her? One of them wants to kill me because I didn't lobby for him to be CEO of Facebook. Porque if he didn't do that, Sarah wouldn't marry him. They're disgusting. They're stupid. They're stupid. It's like I had already started lobbying for Mark Zuckerberg. I don't even think that was up for discussion. Though, even though when I voted for him, I was said to, why didn't you pick yourself? What else? 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 I'm gonna stay at a hotel today, and I'm gonna just watch TV for a while and read. What else? Miss my kid. I miss my kid. Let me guess. They're all by that time he was already with Edgar and Gabby as the kidnapper. So they're all his rape victims, possibly. Ew. He stole my money to date him decades ago so he can get ahead of me. He's stupid. He's been raping for more than 30 years, or at least more than 20 years. Ew, 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 ew. He's killed more millions of people for. What else? I'm saving pictures that I've taken while on about. So, what else? 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 So, I can add that onto that post. What else? And more of my accomplishments. What else? 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 I miss having pictures of myself getting randomly taken. One can't ever let the leech in. Beware, I've been said to. Every time that I took pictures with Jaden Gilani, he may have paid for like a ton of people that I don't even know to dress in similar colors. They possibly use the same photographer, and they all have an album. Like, look at us, like we're polyamorous when we are. He's extremely dangerous. He's stupid. He's mocking polyamory, and he's killed millions of people. He's stupid. I don't ever want that leech near me. Ew, 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 ew. Es una basura, una asquerosidad. In the meantime, I'm going to take myself to dance at Garden next week. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Like this. What else? What else? This too. I was taking Jada Kalani to the pool. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? I'm taking advantage of that. There's Wi-Fi here to save these posts. I miss my workout. They tried to force her decades ago because I suffer from amnesia to add the plantain diet onto this. I literally my I'm like, but whatever works. Not remembering. Then I even think I brought it up to. But I'm like, ugh, like I'll do the workout, but I'll eat like my own meals. And I was eating while working out, but I wasn't eating plantains like in soup back then. And now I remember that he harassed her decades ago, like asking Gates to step down from Microsoft and wipe out that he was ever founder. Like that's possibly a project that she's very passionate about, her own diet, what she grew up eating maybe, or she's like someone from what is it, Body Now Beach Body suggested that that's the diet that I should add to that plan. Sometimes it's a collaboration. And so that she would remind me because around the time that I would find out about that program, he tried to force her to the plantain diet. It's like that very stupid of his. If that's like truly her personal project and how she defines those apps or stays lean, I'm never taking that out as the plus one or on a date for real. Anyways, did I already add a picture to this? Yes. What? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? I'm bored. Where was I headed with this? Oh, stalking me. What get behind the scenes? They might have been like, ew, just here with her. The FBI knows that. They traffic me into property, trying to make me whole. Sarah Francis and Vanessa Venegas. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? I'm bored. That's really good. I'll read it. Mexico ban junk food. The U.S. has banned what? A die. A die. No? That's already is the U.S. next? Oh, I don't accept those drinks that they give out at Catholic charities. Specifically, they're like hyped up with a lot of coffee and sugar. That if one isn't hydrated, one could die over one drink, and it's not even alcoholic. And taste, though I'm not a stranger to having had Kool Aid or Hawaiian Punch. What else? 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 Only the FBI knows how they were planning to kill me behind the scenes. He said to me decades ago that because the Air Force would bring a gear to San Antonio, that if I wanted him and his brothers to show up towards me and Sarah and pick one to dance with. How old is he? I'm like, no. And I didn't say out loud. I'm like, Sarah could kill herself if he picks me because she's already suffers from really low self esteem. By then, she may be even rehabilitated. So, what is he saying? Like, he's gonna keep her hostage. She's gonna keep him hostage for that long 20 plus years, possibly full. So he said to Sarah, well, Sarah, because you're sucking my dick and not Arlene, pick someone from here. That was a Facebook meeting about social media to rape Arlene. She's like, oh, I'm gonna get take it. So I was dancing with Sarah at Garden one day. That just be startling that they got pregnant, possibly full. I didn't know that they went through with a hate crime towards me. Ew. And another person that worked at the restaurant walked into the garden, took Sarah to the bar. JD danced with me and did he break me one time? What else? What else? What else? What else? I'm like, oh, this felt like rape. I'm just gonna separate myself from this situation. I started dancing at garden alone again. And our dog Browns and never been raped. After that, what else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Oh, the lawyers. Who are the lawyers? Do they have lawyers or they're representing themselves? Is that why they bullied me on Facebook? So if this goes to trial, if it has that, that's the kind of attitude that she's gonna have towards me, trying to get me to kill myself. Ew. Ew. That's their life. Ew. He may want to kill me alone for just saying that. I'm embarrassed. What else? What else? What else? I'm so bored. I'm so bored. I'm bored. I want coffee. I want coffee. I want to grow my own vegetables again. Ugh. What else? Kaylani and I tried to grow a cucumber, but I didn't have the money for a larger pot or the energy. So they would grow like little, oh, but they can't be eaten alive. But it was cute, like how they grew to like little cucumbers. So I need to try that out again with Kaylani and grow actual cucumbers. I'm no longer speech impaired or victim of rape, domestic violence, abuse, genocide, sexual harassment, sexual assault. I hate crime. I'm very pretty, I'm very kind, I'm very generous. Apparently, I'm very wealthy, but my money never gets given to me. What else? 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 Also, that's the attitude that they would try to show up in court. They represent themselves or a lawyer would have like been so rude towards me also before, maybe not. Porque it's all about attitude and mindset and who the victim is. You may have intimidated his lawyer with your like, no one can hurt me attitude of a rape victim sometimes, and those get so abused in court. So when I went into Jada Zangilani's child custody hearing, Mr. Rea, who I was in, on his dick, sadly enjoyed it slightly decades ago, but he was in my home without my permission, so I won't ever have sex with him. And I consider him having raped me because my significant other didn't even have a right to be alive with him because he wasn't my significant other, he was raping me. Compliment, asked Edgar to compliment me on me keeping the home clean always when I was married to him and the kids always having everything that they need. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? So I didn't feel abused by anyone in the court there. What else? 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 Estos nenes son facilitos y han puesto el pene en tanta gente que they pride themselves on being like, she made the court documents of her kids' custody case public and we fucked everyone down to our lane there. They think I'm gonna like as if LA were like some complex. Have you been to the Westfield Mall? Isn't that in LA or San Diego? There was one right across the Target that may have been San Diego at the Grove. What else? Services? So now I can't remember. Is there a Target at the Grove? Tuesday, Factor in the Sun. There's the original Burgers Market. There's what others? Nordstrom. There's the balloon guy. There's a Whole Foods. Sometimes there's a Whole Foods. There's a Target, but that may not be near the same. What else? 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 The Cheesecake Factory. In San Diego, a lot of people in Aguada, Puerto Rico, sadly, are worse than hillbillies assisting life. Working a lot of people have direct or indirect family that lives in LA. And people are like, oh, everyone's an actor, everyone's a writer. And some people live in Puerto Rico, or they're like, my cousin that lives in LA produces movies, blah, blah, blah. So they go on literally giving all their praise to those people and then no se valoran. So that like Cameron Diaz has been on TV. Wow, I love Cameron Diaz more than I love myself. His friend Cameron Diaz that he rapes for they make a mockery out of polyamory. They don't deserve to live. What if I love one thing? You can take care of it and how many fathers and sons. That rape me, that's the only one you get no embarrassing. It's April 29th. And then, anyways, they traffic both into my life. I wasn't seeking them. I wasn't thinking ever in a show I'm gonna run into this stupid show. I wanna be a hate person. Never thought about that. And also, of course, you're gonna have these references. You're gonna have the show. If you say the home, she went on to get possibly not her only makeup box, Sarah Francis, Megan, or crying the 8 years old later. They try to spilt milk, they're so gross. Jamie also got one, but then she had more already. They had already planned to identify themselves as rape victims with Rebecca being put last, so I wouldn't look fresh and adult or stylish. They're stupid. You can the complicated release of some perfect meals and then or maybe I will follow my if I can get on free. So I don't want to watch it. What else? 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 So that's e-commerce opposite. No, e-commerce and Savina. No, or less commerce. Sorry. Straight into this. I want tacos and ramen. Less commerce and Savinas. 81289. You can definitely Munoz Rosa. Got my permission. Steals my vehicle. Gets in the way. Receiving money. Steals my money. Is trying to rape me. Jada working me. She may think very highly of herself. I love that. Justin Turtle and Mr. What else? What else? What else? What else? Maybe find someone. Maybe find someone. It's a weird. What is hot? I could brush my what else? What else? What else? What else? What else? I cannot come. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Still grits. Something. You can decapitate around the stage and remove the whole direction. You can decapitate around the my vehicles. You can decapitate everyone that steals my money. You can decapitate everyone that gets away with my money. You can decapitate my siblings that kill blood on yourself so she can be younger. They're stupid. They're trying to be like, no, and yeah, that's Ew, 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 ew. You can decapitate you can even go to Sasavella. You can decapitate you can go to Sasavella. You can decapitate my people that are trying to rape me, doing money, to pretend to be me, to rape them. What else? 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 Station. What else? 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 What am I getting from HEB? Also, pasta, salad, cold one if available. Oh, I knew already. I knew. Decades ago, I warned one of them, at least in my bedroom, that I'm seeking the death penalty for him for having raped me. What else? 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 Like if I'm this stressed out, they're not good people or they're victims themselves. I didn't remember them as people that I had already met. So I thought some days this sounds like way too familiar. I think one of my relatives has been abused this way. I must be cautious if I add it. Kayla Barnes and Sarah Francis on Facebook. My students also went on already introduced them. Harassing them, stalking me. You can decapitate Kayla Barnes. You can decapitate any you can decapitate trying to dismantle beyond looking for block T. They acquire so many rupees. My hair so that I've been giving compliments to myself. Because I've done and see my body in the hospital without truth to be without money. It's just like soaking so fresh. I miss being on I I remember the Mother's Day. Doing muy amazing. Ella con la hija de Rey viaja a Tampa where he hooks up Baker with like a ton of people pretending to be Jada Zincanoni's mother. I haven't seen Jada Zincanoni's birth certificate when where I'm listed as a mother. They're making a mockery of polyamory. They've killed millions of people. They're stupid. They're stupid. I don't ever want that bitch near me. That make me feel like you can be competent in all the things in my home without my permission. You can have the skills of my vehicles. You can decapitate everyone that gets in the way of receiving money. You can decapitate everyone that steals my vehicles. You can decapitate everyone that stays in my home without my permission. You can decapitate everyone that steals my money. You can decapitate everyone that gets in the way of receiving money. You can decapitate everyone that steals my vehicles. You can decapitate everyone that steals my money. You can decapitate everyone that gets in the way of me receiving money. You can decapitate everyone that stays in my homes without my permission. You can decapitate everyone that steals my vehicles. You can decapitate everyone that stays in my homes without my permission. You can decapitate everyone that gets in the way of me receiving money. You can decapitate everyone that steals my vehicles. You can decapitate everyone that stays in my homes without my permission. You can decapitate everyone that gets in the way of me receiving money. You can decapitate everyone that steals my money. You can decapitate everyone that steals my vehicles. You can decapitate everyone that gets in the way of receiving money. You can decapitate everyone that stays in my homes without my permission. You can decapitate everyone that gets in the way of receiving money. You can decapitate everyone that stays in my homes without my permission. You can decapitate everyone that steals my vehicles. You can decapitate everyone that steals my money. You can decapitate everyone that gets in the way of you can decapitate everyone that gets million you're saving money. You can decapitate everyone that steals my money. You can decapitate everyone that stays in my home without my permission. You can decapitate everyone that steals my goods. You can decapitate everyone that steals my money. You can decapitate everyone that gets in the way of my saving money. You can decapitate everyone that stays in my home without my permission. You can decapitate everyone that steals my vehicles. You can decapitate everyone that steals my vehicles. You can decapitate everyone that steals my money. You can decapitate everyone that stays in my homes without my permission. You can decapitate everyone that steals my vehicles and gets in the way of your saving money. You can decapitate decapitate everyone that steals my money. You can decapitate everyone that steals my food. You can decapitate everyone that doesn't pay your same money. You can decapitate everyone that stays in my homes with all my permission. You can decapitate everyone that stays in my homes without my permission. You can decapitate everyone that steals my money. You can decapitate everyone that gets my money. You can decapitate everyone that steals my money. You can decapitate everyone that steals my homes. You can decapitate everyone that steals my vehicle. You can decapitate everyone that steals my money. You can decapitate everyone that gets in the way of your money. You can decapitate everyone that steals my homes without my permission. You can decapitate everyone that steals my money. You can decapitate everyone that steals my vehicles. You can decapitate everyone that gets in the way of your money. Islamabad. What does that mean? What else I'm trying to find that target that I was doing something apparently. There's a there's a cheese 5 years road in one Harbor Drive. Is it in Fashion Mall? Oh, this is in. Is there a Target at Fashion Valley in San Diego? What else? There is one, but I don't think it's this one. It was in the beside thing. Well, yes, I have one that parents in Mexico have. You know what? Yes, children in Mexico consume more junk food than any other country in Latin America. Is it to the close proximity to the United States, and you associate that with diabetes? What? What? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What's next? Mac and cheese. Like, what are those round things that look like oranges? I saw that at the bakery at HEB here. I go to the Miller and bring them here. One person which please like this house. What is Islamabad? Most like Islamabad. What's happening? Look, looks like banana for me later. 2 empty bottles of water. I'm taking with me because I have water in my apartment. I have 1 cup that I'm saving for coffee someday. When I got electricity. What? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? My dad doesn't want me in his home. Not because I'm a pester, but because I have my sex life. He has his sex life. So I'm appalled that Lalich traffics me into poverty, trying to traffic me into my parents' home. Trying to just enter into my parents' home and phone. This one be the job. Please, I'm terrible.